who appreciate the fact that we are living under such conditions.
Conditions on the new hutte estate at Halewood. The tenants say it's among the worst on Merseyside, as commented by in our reports.
Tenants have been turning away vehicles belonging to the council and its contractors since yesterday afternoon. They claim work now being done there is purely cosmetic, an attempt by the authorities to improve the estate before a public meeting next month to discuss the future of New Hutt. The estate, built 18 years ago, is regarded as one of the worst 3 in the borough of Knowsley. About 1,500 people live there. More than half its families are without work. Tenants say the council has failed to maintain the estate properly, and they claim it was badly constructed in the first place. Their motto, Rome wasn't built in a day, New Hutt looks like it was.
The living conditions are just going down and down and down. You can't get people to live on the estate now. You say to people, where do you live? Oh, I live on the New Hutt estate. And they say, I wouldn't live there. You know, but it's not that bad, it's just the houses. You know, the community on the estate is not as bad as what people think it is. You know, we've got a good community here. It's just that we've got no facilities to give to the community. And that's what we're after.
There's been such a long delay in doing repairs. Things which should be done. When you have to wait for 3 months to have your toilet repaired, it's becoming deplorable. People are being put onto the estate with the whole intention of getting off it as quickly as possible. It's being used, similar to my service days, as a transit camp.
This morning, councillors and officials toured the estate to see the problems for themselves. They admit New Hutt is bad, but they say money is being spent there. Now they've agreed to look at ways of allocating more resources. But they strongly deny that the recent work on the estate was a publicity exercise.
The estate, along with many other estates within Knowsley, suffers from a lack of resources, which has existed now for a number of years. We've recognised that problem, and during the course of the past 12 months have been working up this package, which is hopefully going to turn the estate around.
Tonight, a meeting of the Tenants Association is underway to discuss the council's response. It will be recommended to lift the blockade until Friday, when tenants have been invited to the council offices for further discussions. But tenants' leaders have warned that they'll reimpose it if they don't get satisfaction from that meeting.
Meanwhile, for long to see what they were protesting about.
The scene was the New Hutt housing estate in Halewood. Dozens of residents were out to accompany a delegation of Knowsley councillors and housing officials who they'd invited to see the state of the place. And they didn't pull their punches when it came to voicing their complaints.
All of a sudden, it's 4 years.
It will stop. There's quite a lot of people living upstairs whose water was coming straight through the roof one way or another. That's not fair.
I live in a 3-bedroom now. And it's over there, and I've got loads of repairs to be done, worth doing nothing. I've got a little lad of 5 who's at school now. He fell down the stairs twice because there's been no lights in the winter, and he fell down the steam concrete with pieces missing. The bathroom, I've got the bath is practically coming off. I've got a bathroom window I can't close because it's all rotted away. The toilet downstairs, the window's all rotted. But living room windows, the big one's got no putty in, still waiting for it to repair. The kitchen floor's got a hole in it. The admin's come out and said that he's told them about it. And that's what it's all.
Well, I shouldn't be. It's disgusting. It's no one there, though. I mean, I can't let my kids come in here and have a wash on with my nails as well. He's embarrassed because I've got his stones and watching him. He's the same falls out of him.
One of the main causes for concern was the lack of social facilities for young people and the elderly, despite a large site being available.
There was no facilities. And we put up a plan in conjunction with the town council to fund through the urban aid a youth club on the estate. And for some reason, somewhere along the line, there was a breakdown in communication, a breakdown on the urban development grant. And what has happened now is that the New Hutt estate has again been ignored, and the proposed...
Sensitive admitted that things were pretty bad.
I have to agree with what the residents are telling us, that there are serious problems on this estate. The housing committee has already also recognised and agreed that point. And the housing committee has just recently decided that this estate ought to be made a priority and that very serious action needs to be taken to deal with it. The problem which we will face is one of securing sufficient resources to be able to respond adequately to these very serious problems.
Do you blame Knowsley Borough Council for not keeping these up to standard?
All of us at a certain point, all of us have to be criticised, but the problem is not Knowsley Borough Council as such. The problem is that the resources need to be found, and they can only be found nationally, not by Knowsley Borough Council.